So how do we evaluate core strength? Luckily, very simply. The rider must be seated with their feet not touching the ground, so be sure to choose somewhere safe to do this. The tester adopts a secure base of support. They place their fingertips on the rider's anterior shoulders, although it's possible that we can stand behind the rider and still access the anterior shoulders. And the rider resists gentle, progressive pushing forwards. So the tester just gradually applies more and more pressure to the rider's shoulders, while the rider attempts to remain in a vertical position. And the added bonus of this is that the rider can then, for the first time ever, often experience the isometric contraction of their anterior core. And this is a good exercise because they can get a partner to repeat this while they feel their core muscles working and attempt to hold them in place for progressively longer and longer. It's a very good exercise. And it will indicate to them the degree of engagement and strength of those abdominal muscles. And as I've said, it will teach the rider to consciously engage their anterior core muscles. So then you move your fingers to the superior borders of the scapula, in other words, just at the top of their shoulders. Again, you can do this by standing behind the rider. And the rider must resist a progressive pull forwards in this position. It will be a push forwards if you were behind them, and remain vertical. And this will indicate the degree of engagement and strength through the epaxial musculature. So they'll be feeling their paraspinal muscles engaged and recruited and working to help them remain vertical. And it will indicate to the rider how to consciously engage their back muscles. For using the core when we're riding, we have to be able to engage both the front and the back at the same time to stabilize the spine fully. And the tester notes any difference in symmetry of strength between the abdominal at the front and the epaxial muscles. Most of them will be stronger in the back than they are in the anterior abdomen. And I think a lot of that is because they just don't know how to consciously engage them. Then you repeat the same thing from each side of the rider. So that will give you an all-round assessment of their core, front, back, side to side. 4 readings. And this test is testing the strength and symmetry of the oblique abdominal muscles, those muscles at the side of the trunk, and indicates to the rider how to consciously engage those too. It's not just about the abs and the epaxial muscles. The rider needs to know how to be stable throughout their abdomen. I'm going to push you backwards, but I want you to resist me pushing you backwards. So as I push forwards, you need to push forwards into me. So you're going to immediately feel that your core is going to lace up. So I'm just going to do it very progressively. So resist. What's happening in your tum? My core. Okay, so keep it. That's it. Okay. Put your arms down. I'm going to do it a bit more now. I'm just going to see what the limit is. So push, push, push more, push more, push more. Yeah, you're actually quite strong. So hold that. But what I'm seeing here, as she's pushing, if you just want to stand out the way slightly, what's happening behind?
Slightly forward.
So push again. Anything happening to the posture behind?
Yeah,
She's becoming more on level.
And when you soon as you started, the legs came up and the knees gripped in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, if I look down, I mean, to be fair, that the box is tipped, but we've got this thigh is consistently coming forward. Okay. So now what I'm going to do. Okay. Yeah, we'll have another go. So push forward. Just be ready to catch in case she flips off the back. Okay. Great. Now I want you to push backwards. Everyone is stronger in the back, believe it or not. You'd think they weren't. What's happening now?
She's gone over to the left.
Yeah? Yeah. Okay. And halt. Right. So now I'm going to push you from the side. So you resist me pushing you.
That's straightened her up.
Wow. So do you think this is a good exercise to give her to do initially? Okay, great. And push. She feels much weaker.
Yeah.
This side.